and then presume. What? Good night, everybody.
Okay,
Oh.
good night, everybody. It is sleepy time. OBS decided that it wasn't going to register my microphone for no good reason. Oh, is this a Rune day? Are we going to be able to ship out some flowers and stuff? Is our golden turnip going to be finally factory ready? Oh, golden pumpkin is ready. Looks like none of these are quite ready, but it is snowing, so we don't have to worry about watering today.
Excellent.
Hey look, we have some golden doom pumpkins available.
Delicious.
What I necessarily wanted to use these for, but we have them now.
Gonna ship them?
I mean, they've already been shipped, and our shipping bin is full of other stuff right now.
Alright, so you don't need to worry about watering? Excellent. Shall we start the day with a rousing time of tag team fishing?
Right, and fortunately the game auto-saves right at 6 a.m. when you wake up, so we don't have to worry about having to save first. It's already been saved ahead of time.
Hooray!
Oh hey look, the mayor is helping us fish. Nope.
Reset.
Yeah. Load the autosave, load the autosave, load the autosave, my darling.
None of the shops will be open at this time, right?
No, until like 9 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the shipping happens at 8 a.m. and then the shops open at 9 a.m.
I wonder if it actually might be better to wait for the fishing until that time. Because then I think what you can do is save, check the shop, well, check the shops, save, try fishing. And if we need to reset, then we can just, after resetting, we can do that. So basically do anything else leading up to 9. But, hi. Hi.
So, hi. So suppose we check the shops, and in the shop we get, item that we need from the shop. And then we do our fishing and we get a fish we don't want. Are we supposed to reset everything that we got from the shop? Or are we supposed to check the shop, get the thing we want, save the game, then go fishing, then reload?
Yes, that is the exact process that I explained to you.
In which case, why not just, go fishing, reload until we get the fish, and then when it comes time for the shop, just do the shop and save and reload. Instead of trying to go to the shop, go back home, save the game, go fishing, go back.
Okay.
Instead of doing 2 different tracks at once that both have to be reloaded during the action, just do them separately.
Okay.
Because if we go to the shop and there's nothing we want there, we can't just reload. We have to also walk all the way over to the fishing, and then if it is a fish we want,
okay.
If it is or isn't, there's still a lot of extra time spent.
Okay.
She's still in her PJs because it's so early. We're asking her to come out to help us fish at 6 bloody a.m. Why is there a timer for this at the top? Just realized there's a timer at the top of the screen. Abalone, that looks new.
Is that one of the ones we need? It is.
It is.
Excellent. Okay. Let me just make sure and hope that it isn't one of the ones that is winter only. It is. Excellent.
Aha! Congratulations! We did it. We did it.
And you can put it in the shipping bin now, yeah.
Exactly. Take that out, put it in the abalone. So we have that shipped out now. And yes, the shipping bin is so bloody full. 87% total completion rate. I have an idea.
Alrighty. Alrighty then.
Let's go and take... Alright, so how many of these are we going to need? So we want one for the headdress to ship out, one for the headdress to craft into the specialty headdress.
Right.
One for the headdress to ship, one to craft into the 4 seasons to ship out, one to craft into 4 seasons to keep.
Sounds good.
Because we don't necessarily need to keep the winter headdress.
Right.
So let's do that, and let's go... Boop, 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 boop.
Now, is it the same pawn for each one, just in a different season, or is it different pawns like it was in Rune Factory 4?
As far as I've looked up, it's one pond.
Okay.
Here, save first.
If only you could, again, if only you could buy a save point. Put one by the fishing hole, put one in the each of the shops.
I mean, I just need to really buy the one and then just carry it with me, right? Like...
That's a good point.
Alright, so it should be this pond. Ow! I'm the spirit of the pond. Strass is sitting here. I can keep it. Thank you. Oh, I should give you a thing.
All right.
And then boom, that's how we get the thing. So we have to lead our party members away first.
Ouch.
So they don't pick up the potatoes that we're trying to throw.
There.
Alley-oop.
Ouch. Alright, so you have 3 winter headdresses?
Yep.
What's that
Headdress
beside
makes you
you?
feel wintry. People who love winter have open hearts.
Cool.
Time
Shall
to-
I eliminate the winter headdress from our from the list then?
Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep.
Okay. Cool.
Woof.
Excuse you.
Uh,
By the way, you did remember to hold on to at least 2 of the autumn headdress, right?
Used to be certain that I did. Yeah, they're right here.
Good. Good girl.
So here's the winter headdress.
And there's your snacks for later. Alright.
Yeah. Hot milk.
Alright, so. What else do you have to do if you don't have to water today?
Do a good old-fashioned boss rush. Might as well do that early because I don't have to worry about the farms at all.
Excellent.
And I know that one of the things specifically is something that we need from one of the bosses.
Well, let me go over the things that we need. We need
Uh-oh.
what?
The game's about to crash.
Huh?
Oh, no, it's fine. Okay.
Okay, so, yeah, the things that we need. We need rune crystals, ancient fish fin, rune sphere shard, general's orb, green core, dragon golem scale, golem spirit stone, yellow core, fine green fur, glitter scale, null symbol, ammonite, armor fragment, black fur ball, holy spore, love crystal, mermaid scale, silver, ancient orc cloth, big giant snail, charm blue, gold wolf fang, gold dragon claw, golden scale, golden turnip, lamp grass, clodding worm cloth.
Okay, wait. Can we go through the list one at a time? Because a lot of those things I know we can, like, guaranteed get them from stores.
Nice.
Okay.
Like, not just, you know, wait.
And all of this stuff is going straight into your inventory, right? So we'll be able to just verify with your inventory if you picked up any?
Yeah.
Okay. And here's what I suggest. Do your usual boss rush, and then we'll reconvene.
Well, other than the emery flower seeds, we don't need any other seeds, right? Or do we still need red crystal seeds? We
Red
still need
crystal
red
flower seed.
Okay. Remember to actually check for the crystal flower seeds this time.
Well, I've told you multiple times.
All right.
We run out with the sword out. Now. Oh, also, everyone, Frosthaven has been fun. I seem to be going through it at the rate of 1 scenario per day, which is kind of funny. Sorry, I saw some honey over there.
I do still find it really silly that you didn't start with the first scenario and then later discovered, oh, yeah, I was supposed to.
Hey, got the red crystal flower seeds.
Nice. I
So,
think
yeah,
you're going to ship it.
Yeah. So, Gloomhaven, like, yeah, sure, you start with only scenario number 1 unlocked. But it is possible to get another scenario before you even go to scenario number 1. With Frosthaven, you're not even supposed to do, like, a city or road event before you do your first scenario. Like, the game specifically tells you, don't do a road event before scenario 1. Which I disregarded. Because you can unlock another scenario without having to do a road or a town event. And in that scenario, spoiler alert, you can get a random item drop for a new scenario. You remember when we played Gloomhaven and sometimes we could find, like, random scenarios inside scenarios?
Uh-huh.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh.
knew the game was gonna crash. Don't worry, it like just auto-saved.
Okay, good.
Every time you go to a new dungeon floor, it auto-saves.
Gotcha.
So yeah, the scenario that you can get for free at the start of Frosthaven has a random scenario map in it. So one could, in fact, retire a character before ever doing scenario number 1. So that's cool.
Rune Factory 5.
Come to listen to the sound of the forge.
I'm pretty sure you aren't at the sound of the forge, no. Are you?
Am I?
I honestly don't know where you are. Spliffing item stacks? What's spliffing?
Splitting.
Well, those are T's. Terrible looking T's.
God. It says to cut grass with a sickle. Don't cut grass with the sickle. Pick it up and put it in the fertilizer bin.
I'm not done yet.
Who's he getting more
Hey,
for that?
Take this.
He's a woohoo.
Bonetail.
Nice.
Alright, you haven't played Paper Mario on the 1,000-Year Door.
Oh, yeah, no, that boss. Yeah, I know that boss. Okay, okay.
Oh, you have played. Okay.
I haven't
Yes.
played it, but I've seen speedruns.
Randomizers are really fun ones to watch that sort of thing in.
Yeah, I can imagine.
For a time, I did try out the Extreme Randomizer, which randomized, all items, including obtaining the crystal stars and badges and items and stuff like that.
Oh, right.
But also every time you go through an area transition,
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
it warps you to a different area of the game,
Woo, map randomizer.
which can also update your story progress.
Yeah,
Because it's
because it's tied to geolocation, more or less.
yeah, it is sometimes it's not always, but basically if you see
Right. Yes.
if there's certain area codes or whatever, and apparently if you play the game enough, you actually see what the file name is for each individual areas and stuff like that, and also knowing that if you get what is it, story progress update 400, you're about to fight the final boss.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, you get warped to random places. Of course you can get warped to the final boss.
Oh yes.
You can walk out your front door and then be face-to-face with Bowser.
How many times do you? I know you faced Bowser a couple of times in that game. I think only twice.
Hey, do you think that I should do a playthrough of all of the Paper Mario games? Just, back to back to back?
That could be fun. Wait, all of them? I mean,
All of them! Even the really bad made-for-toddlers Switch games.
because the first one was good, though I don't think it used the paper aspect really at all. It had its really the paper aspect for the original one really was just almost entirely aesthetic.
Well,
The
yeah.
second one, Bouncing Your Door, really played into the whole thing. Yeah, you're made of paper, and I think does so pretty well. Super
I like
Paper
the Wii
Mario,
one.
huh?
I like the Wii one.
Super Paper Mario. That one is interesting and different because it plays out kind of like a weird mishmash of the storytelling of the other Paper Mario games.
Stuck in 2D? Switch to 3D!
Yeah, but yeah, it plays the gameplay playout is
I
plays
like
out
it better because I'm not a fan of turn-based combat. I like the Mario-style gameplay of that Paper Mario game.
Nice.
So basically, you don't like the RPG Mario games.
I don't like the RPG aspects of it. I'm not a big fan of turn-based combat. I want to be able to run around and stuff. I remember that there was a game that I got for 3DS. I don't remember the name, but I should still have the game somewhere. And that game was so awesome, and I really want to go back to it and keep playing it.
Is it a Mario game?
No.
Oh. Okay, then why is that part of the conversation?
Because it was a game that, looking at it, you'd think would be just a normal RPG turn-based whatever. But it wasn't. It was like Monster Hunter if Monster Hunter was good.
Okay. But yeah, the reason I say all of the Paper Mario games is because, the quality really went downhill after the third one. Sticker Star, it's just Where are all the interesting, unique characters? Why are there so many goddamn toads?
I
Not
don't
to
know.
mention the whole thing of just, like, there's not really any reason to do combat most of the time. And when it comes to bosses, most of them you need to use the item stickers.
What?
But if you don't know what specific items you need ahead of time, you end up just wasting your stickers and having to redo it. Not to mention, Bowser has like no personality in that game.
Okay, since you brought it up somewhat, uh, the concept of boss fights in games where the boss can only be damaged slash beaten by one specific thing. Are you for or against that as a game mechanic? Like in Legend of Zelda games, so you have to use the dungeon's item to defeat the boss, except you
Well,
cannot possibly defeat the boss without that item. Even if you had every other item in the game, you need that one item to beat the
okay,
boss.
yeah, no, I do not like that concept. Like, and the thing is, like, and maybe it's just me, like, because when I think Legend of Zelda and just think, like, Link to the Past is the definitive one for me because there's multiple ways to beat most. Well, okay, most of the bosses are just you just hit it in their weak spot with anything that does damage. But I mean, even
You
like
should
the
play
one
through.
where you're normally supposed to attack it with the hammer to break its mask. Like, there are people who didn't know you were supposed to do that, and you could just beat it with bombs.
So, I'll take you one step further on a game that I tried to. I think so, was it? I tried to play through it casually, and then I tried to let's play it 2 separate times, and I just could not force myself to get to the end. I've tried to play through it at least 3 times, and I couldn't
What?
make myself go to the end. It's that mechanic, except it also applies on mini bosses.
Oh god, no, 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 no. And the thing is, even when it comes to like bosses, like it, even then, it needs to be something along the lines of either they need to foreshadow what item you're going to need for it, or just like if it's like a late stage boss and it's just like and it requires a specific thing to get through a phase of it. You know what? I can I can forgive it if it's late enough that it should be expected that you have explored most of the map and found, all the items you need. Like,
Everyone needs a little adventure now and then.
again,
So,
in thinking Link to the Past, the boss of Turtle Rock. Well, that requires the fire rod, which you should have gotten from the Ice Palace, um, and the ice rod, which is hidden in a cave. But by that point, like, you should have made your way over there and saw, hey, here's a bombable wall. I'll bomb it, go into it, and collect the item. And it's the
so,
ice rod.
Azura. So the
Hi.
game in question uh, has whatever different enemies, and whenever you defeat a new enemy, you can basically take its powers and use it as an attack.
So you use its powers as what?
You get like a new attack for every enemy,
As an
every
attack.
different
Okay.
enemy you defeat. You get like a new attack.
Okay.
So like in the first stage, there's like 2 different kinds of enemies you fight. So you have like 2 different attacks that you can use, like quick attack and a slow attack, whatever. And then like you beat the boss at that stage, then you get like the boss attack. It takes like a while longer, but it can blah blah blah. So as you play through the game, you get more attacks that you can potentially use.
I see.
And I distinctly remember just traveling through whatever. fight the enemies, because like the more of a specific enemy you beat, the stronger the attack gets or something. And then I find this mini boss, and I use every single attack I had available to me at the time, and I could not possibly hurt it. I kept trying the fight over and over again, could not possibly hurt it.
You were supposed to get a particular ability from one particular enemy you hadn't fought yet?
Yep. If you... So, like, that's like if you go, like, the A path through, like, the map, whatever. But, like, if you go through, like, the side path and go through a hidden doorway, you can find a room with, like, a unique enemy. It's not even, like, a mini-boss. It's just a random enemy in a dead-end room. Defeat that, get the card, or whatever, get the attack, use that on the mini-boss, and that's the only thing that can hurt it.
Wait, whoa. This was a mini-boss that you had to fight that required using one... Oh, God, no.
Yes. And you have to defeat that mini-boss to continue progressing through the map. In order to... And it might even be even more stupid. It's... Because I don't remember if it was that one specific attack is the only thing that can hurt it, or you have to hit it with that attack first, and then you can hurt it with anything.
Now, the thing is, with you saying that, it is making me think of one of the Castlevania games. Now, admittedly, I think what's beyond this particular... I don't even know you could call it a mini-boss.
Yeah, this mini-boss is mandatory, as I recall.
I don't recall if this one is, like, if you actually needed to get past it, or if that area was just optional. But because the game I'm thinking was Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, where you don't necessarily get, the enemy ability, just upon beating it. But it's something that any enemy can drop. And I believe bosses are a 100% chance to drop. You're just reloading, hoping this guy drops the one thing you need from him?
Yeah, I mean, he drops 3 separate things we need.
Oh, great.
Know your place.
And I think the highest percent chance of one of them is 2%.
Oh, great.
But I have rare cans and 4-leaf clovers on my weapons, and a rare can on Fuka's weapon, and a rare can on Ludmilla's weapon.
Yeah, I believe, there's...
So I think the chance is somewhere around 10%, but I wouldn't know for sure.
Yeah, I believe that that what this is it's a hallway that has this enemy in it. I believe either the enemy itself or what you need to stop it is called a chrono mage. Because what it does is it basically, after a couple of seconds, it just warps you out of it. It frees your time and warps you out of there.
Know your place.
But there's an ability you can get from another creature at some point that makes you immune to that, and it gets confused, and then you can attack it and get its ability,
Can't wait to
which
hear
I
more about
think actually is supposed to be a good one. But that is an example of you need one specific thing to be able to get past it, but I think the game at least does give you a hint somewhere on how to do it. And the only other example of that I can think is, well, I know there's a particular item or path that requires you to use one of 3 abilities to get into it. But at least, it's multiple abilities. It's not just one.
What?
And the final part is that to actually get the true ending of the game, requires you to equip 3 specific abilities. Otherwise, you get basically sort of the generic good ending, but miss out on the true ending.
On the topic of defeating enemies to get their abilities,
Mega Man.
That... What?
Yeah, anyways, go on.
Oh yeah. On the topic of defeating enemies to get their abilities, Ender Lilies was an awesome game. Yeah, while you're talking, I was just reminded of one boss fight in that game that I was struggling with for like ever. And it's a similar thing of you need this ability to beat the boss. The ability in question was blocking. And it in the game's defense, it wasn't like you have to go and find the ability and then go beat the boss. I just didn't know that I could block.
Let the adventuration begin.
Because whenever I play a game and I have like a dodge button and a block button, I usually just use dodge. Like if anyone was able to go back and check out my Dark Souls 3 playthrough, when I try to combine both blocking and dodging, I'd often forget to do both. So playing through Ender Lilies, trying to fight that boss with, arrows that if they hit you, they take out 3/4 of your health, and that are spaced so tight together you can't dodge between them. Yeah, no, just wait for them to come up, block, and you're fine.
Interesting.
Like, I got pretty good at fighting the boss without blocking, and then I learned how to block, learned that I could block, and I'm like, oh, first try.
Know your place.
Interesting.
No.
Yeah, I like games where you can, experiment, do kind of what you wish. Not necessarily literally anything.
I don't think ice cream was the item we needed.
No, that's why I'm reloading.
I find it funny. This can get us, I assume, the General's Orb?
Yeah, the General's Orb, the Rune Sphere Shard, and the Null Symbol.
And an ice cream.
And also ice cream, yes. Here's 4 drops. Ice cream is like a 20% chance. I think Rune Sphere Shard and General's Orb are each 2%. And the Null Symbol is like 0.1% drop chance.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, in the past, I've spent hours grinding this boss just to get one of those drops. One of the, good drops. The non-ice cream drops.
Nice.
Hey, look, at least a rune crystal. We need that. What do you think? Carl, there is a good enough drop?
Is there anything else that can drop a rune crystal?
I don't know. Probably. We should check. Not yet.
And I don't want story walkthrough. I need information on this enemy.
How to get rune crystal? This item is not known to be dropped by an enemy, is not known to be found in a particular area. It's apparently just gotten by smashing rune crystal chunks as a random chance.
And he dropped one?
Yep.
Well then, I guess that's an update to his character info.
Yeah, I mean, this is proof right here. The general whatever guy can drop rune crystals. Although
Yeah,
I think that rune crystals can be bought from the everything store, but General's Orb, Null Stone, and
Yeah, I would say
count.
that.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Anything that has other known ways of collecting them, no.
Yeah.
Is he also the last boss on your boss rush?
No, there's one more after it, the Ardea.
Okay.
I know it can drop something useful, I just don't remember what. So if I look at it on here, the Ardea. 5. Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. So yeah, anyway,
Know
yeah.
your
In the
place.
interest of being able to, go through a game however you want, go check out my Rune Factory 4 watering can only playthrough. Oh my gosh, I dropped another rune crystal.
God darn. Stop dropping things that we can get elsewhere.
Ice cream.
No.
Why can he drop ice cream? It's not like we know. Like, if. Like, if we knew of his character enough to know that's like, oh, he loves ice cream and is always eating ice cream, then it would make sense that he could drop ice cream. We don't know that about his character.
Like if he at some point in the game had a shop that sold ice cream, right?
Well, he doesn't. But yeah, whatever. Or like, say if we saw him in cutscenes and he was like eating ice cream or whatever, then it's like, okay, that's fine.
Know
But it's
your
like, no, just
place.
randomly ice cream. And like, ice cream as a drop could be useful if you got it from like the first boss. Because ice cream is useful once you get to the lava area because it gives fire resistance. Like, it's very easy to make, but just getting free ice cream is good in the super early game anyway.
Yeah, but getting it to drop from basically like the final boss or near final boss, whatever it is, I don't know. Yeah, that feels like a bit of an insult.
Oh, apparently he doesn't drop the null symbol. It's the other boss that can drop it. He does
Okay.
still drop the General's Orb and the Rune Sphere Shard, though.
And is he the only one that drops Rune Sphere shards?
No, the Ardea boss also can drop it. He does seem to be the only one who can drop the General's Orb.
Okay, okay, let me double check our list here. So we need 5 more General's Orbs, 5 more Rune Sphere shards, and 3 null symbols. So
Yeah.
basically, if he drops a General's Orb or Rune Sphere shard, I think we would call it for him.
Yes.
Know
For
your
today.
place.
Yeah, yes.
How's that? Metroidvania games are so much fun. Especially the sort, like with Ender Lilies, where you just, stroll along, da-da-da-da-da, and then boom, boss fight. And then if you, tough it out, beat the boss, you get new ability. And then it starts becoming a thing. It's like, okay, there are like these 3 bosses that I could fight, and like that's it. I could beat any one of them, and I get access to more areas to explore in. Although sometimes I play a Metroidvania, and instead of being, boss-based or location-based exploration upgrades, they're like point-based.
Know your place.
Like, if you remember with Ori, if you beat enemies and you get, like, I don't know, lights or whatever, and you can spend the lights to get various upgrades.
Come on, we've got investigating to do.
But in order to actually get upgrades for things, you have to first get things. Like, you can't get the triple jump until you've already found the double jump ability.
Right.
I think I've played a Metroidvania in the past where, like, all of the exploration upgrades you could theoretically get within, like, the first 2 rooms, just going back and forth and beating, like, the first monster over and over and over again. And it's like, hey, I got all of the abilities now. I don't have to fight any sub-bosses, just everything that's straight in the way of plot.
Know your place. Know your place.
What was that? What was that one game I played I don't think it was Momodoya, but whatever it was, it had
That's a nice.
yeah, it was nice. No, I don't think I
An
played
adventure
Ice
with
Cream.
you wouldn't be so bad.
It's like I think like yeah, you beat the boss and you get like a thing to keep going on. But if you beat if you beat the bosses without getting hit, you get like a new attack power. Well, new non-exploration ability, new combat ability. And so like one of the abilities is a like once per rest like shield they can use to like avoid one hit and whatever. And then if you wanted more uses of the abilities, you'd have to beat the game, go to New Game Plus, start the game over from the beginning. Then you could farm the abilities and just keep not getting hit by those same bosses to keep getting the abilities over and over again. Which I feel like would probably make it pretty easy to keep going. Just farm the shields until you get however many, 99 of them or something.
Maybe.
Crystal Project is also a lot of fun. I am low-key serious about trying to really get into fish percent. Like a whole list of everywhere where I could get the fish. Who knows, maybe in 10 years I'll be at GDQ showing off Crystal Project fish percent.
Know your place.
I mean, you say that as a joke, but
That was inevitable.
it's a possibility.
Oh god, imagine trying to do that as a way to boost my YouTube channel. By the way, everyone, check out my YouTube channel. It's MRS Plays. Always gotta be plugging, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Pardon me. Whoop.
Here we go.
No.
Ow, ow, ow,
Know
woo.
your
Ow,
place.
ow, ow, woo, woo, woo. Ow, 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 woo, woo. Yeah!
All right.
Rinse for
Oh,
your
right,
shard
sir. Did you see that? We got an ice cream.
and a rinse for your shard.
Yes.
But hey, 2 for 1. I'm not complaining.
Alright, now time to go and do the same thing against Ardea.
Yeah.
Because they can give us Rune Sphere shards. And also, null symbols.
Yes.
Now.
In the plot of the game, the Fathomless Dread is supposed to be some big, terrifying, whatever thing. And then you actually fight against it, and it's like...
It's
not
a
as
skeleton.
It's not as dangerous as the boss fight that came literally right before it.
Oh.
What's on the task board today?
Because you fight against Gideon, and then you fight against the Fathomless Dread. And the fight against Gideon is a harder fight than the Fathomless Dread, who mostly does nothing for its fight. It just kind of sits there.
Interesting.
It's supposed to be like this whole thing of like you're in the place between worlds, and there's this darkness that even like the great elder dragons on par with like Ventuswell
I'll show you.
just could not actually defeat, and they just had to like trap it, blah blah blah, and then in you come with a katana.
I'll show you.
Like, can't wait to do my watering can only run and just water the fathomless dread to death.
Did it drop a hot dog?
No, it dropped Recipe Bed Plus.
I've been waiting for you.
Oh. It looked like a hot dog.
But would that make it a sandwich?
We do not need to get into that debate. I'm not qualified to determine whether a hot dog is a sandwich.
No, it's a
I
taco.
will say, however, that a hot dog and a taco are definitely the same category.
Yeah, I already made that joke. Also, the fact that this one boss spawns it behind you when literally every other boss spawns it in front of you.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah.
Now.
It does have one trick, however, that makes it frustrating to deal with.
All right. Nice.
If it decides to go underground,
good
you just
tissues?
have to sit there and just watch it for like 30 seconds.
Ah. Reminisce.
Yeah, a few of the bosses you can't in-can and keep fighting over and over again. You can just reminisce about the fight, but get very real items for it. I think it's what, 3 bosses? Yeah, it's specifically 3 bosses. You can't in-can and keep fighting.
Wait, what's that black thing?
Like
About time
Darkstone
you
or
showed
whatever.
up.
Oh. So it's not the null object thing.
No.
Okay.
Null object is kind of like a blue cube.
Like a blue cube?
Yeah, look it up.
No. Oh, you mean that's how it looks? It looks like a blue cube. Never mind. I thought you were saying it's like something else that's referred to as a blue cube.
Eh.
Oh, hi there.
It's over. There.
Also, the Fathomless Dread is so big, it has 3 separate target points on its body.
Take that. It's over. Huh?
Yay, this thing!
Right. Yes.
See? It's like a blue cube.
Cool. Okay. So is that it for our hunt for the day? No. Let's go get ourselves an orc cloth and a gold wolf tooth.
Where?
Well, where do you normally get them?
I don't know. Aren't you the one looking these up?
You're the one who's been playing the game. I thought you knew what things dropped those things.
No, I look them up if I have to find them.
Okay, fine. I'll try looking it up.
So we got one of the Rune sphere shards. And one
Okay,
of the
okay.
soul
Well,
shards.
okay. Don't mumble it. Okay, so what are we? We got a rune sphere shard.
Yes.
What else?
Null symbol.
Null symbol. Okay. Anything else that's on our list?
We are shipping out red crystal flower seed.
Of the items we needed to collect.
No.
Okay. All right. I see. We need to. So for the holy spore, we need to either fight a death fungus or a toxic muck. Toxic muck can be found in the Forest of No Return. Death fungus is also in the Forest of No Return.
Oh, shoot, there's another event happening in this very building.
Oh?
Yep, Lucas has been showing off his magic tricks to everyone in town and got Granny injured last time he tried. Keeping the kids out too late at night, got Granny injured. But it's only a light sprain, so it should be fine. It didn't directly hurt her, but it just surprised her enough that she fell down, and that's how she got hurt.
Yeah. But that's...
He took away our voice!
Are you chirping now?
Apparently. I could hear the chirping too.
Interesting. Okay. So, Forest of No Return. Second floor.
2 floor.
Alright. Let me just take a look at the map for these two items. Enemies. Right, can you show me the map when it finishes loading? Oh. Okay. So it looks like either of the things you need to kill to get Holy Spore are in like the west room. So the one that you're in now, or the one to the north of it. So basically, kill the shrooms. Oh, toxic mucks.
Oh, Mark Watcher, that's interesting.
Anyways, toxic muck and death fungus
Absolutely
can
needed.
drop the holy spore. So check this room and the one that's to the north that also has a path to the west.
Oh, B, 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 B.
Yes, I'm right here.
I mean, always gotta be grinding for that honey, right? Yep. Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
All right.
Or it's only the toxic muck and the death fungus that
That drop the things?
yeah.
All right.
Gosh, talk about low drop chance.
There.
He's you sleeping. There you go. Well, we didn't get what we needed. Reload.
Well, can't you just leave the area and come back?
Yeah, but why not just reload? I didn't get anything I needed.
How
Okay.
about a fresh loaf of bread?
If reloading the save is faster than changing areas and coming back.
Yeah, I mean, reloading is just one loading screen. Leaving and coming back is at least 2.
I mean, with the fact that the thing changed there, this still looks like 2 loading screens to me. Make that 3.
Oh, just because the text changes, that doesn't mean it's a whole different loading screen. Hey, look, holy spore, first try.
Excellent. You need at least one more.
Alrighty, well.
At the very least, this means you won't be doing a reload.
Yes. Oh, got it.
Okay, let's do Holy Spore.
Yep,
All right,
yep.
I will mark that off in our list.
Oh,
All right. Next, let's look up. Right, that was one. Ancient Orca Cloth. It is dropped by a dark orc, which can be found in Bandit King's old base.
alright, which floor?
First floor.
Okay. Oh,
And check the map.
Biff.
Okay, to the east, that part where the path curves down, yeah, it's in that small room past the curve.
Oh, right, yes, yes. Ooh, sapphire boobies. Just iron, not silver. Gosh, where's the silver ore? There's really not as much silver ore in this game as there is, like, other types of ores. Like,
Didn't drop? Okay.
didn't drop the thing, so I'm trying to run away to convince it to drop the stuff I need.
The respawn.
No, you've done it.
Try to convince it to respawn. It's hard to get far enough away from it to force a respawn in this tiny little room.
All right.
Nothing.
Alright. Yeah, just keep doing it until you get one ancient orc cloth. What else can it drop? Can it drop anything else useful to us? I mean, you don't need the black shoulder guard anymore, otherwise that'd be a thing to get from it, but
Do. Oh,
Nice.
ancient orc cloth.
excellent. I will mark it off on the list.
Alright.
Alright, next, big giant snail.
Alright. We're the
Alright,
big giants.
big giants,
The big giants. Let's nail them.
big giant snail. Get it from. Wait, what? Not known to be dropped by an enemy or explore. I'm guessing you just have to buy it. Well, that's annoying. Okay. Charm Blue. Do you know how to get that?
Yeah, I can buy it from a store.
Okay. Gold Wolf Fang.
Huh.
You can get it from a Hunter Wolf, which is located in Thundering Wastes.
Cool. What floor?
First floor.
Okay.
And honestly, I think it looks like a straight path, right?
Basically. Oh, no. There's platinum, there's amethyst, there's gold, there's fuka. No silver, though.
Fuka is my favorite ore.
Or
Alright,
what?
yeah, just keep going until you find some gold-colored wolves.
Ouch.
Try to avoid the random lightning. Hey, you found wolves.
Shoot!
Wait,
I,
Right.
my attack swung so wide
All right.
that I wound up destroying the
did
very
you get it though? It looked
No.
like you picked up. It looked like it dropped one.
Wolfang,
Oh,
not gold Wolfang.
okay. That might have been the only spot where they spawned.
All right.
Got one.
Good. Okay, I'll mark that on our list. Golden Dragon Claw.
Yep, the Gold Dragon Claw and Gold Dragon Scale we get from doing the high tier Monster Hunter quests all in one day. We can totally do that. However, we have run out of time of this episode.
Already?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's already been. I mean, to be fair, almost half of it was fighting Gideon.
I mean, that's true.
But at least we were talking and chatting and relaxing all cool and school.